And I think that's a big thing in life, man. And that's so. Let's talk about this when you talk about kids. You got this big brood, okay?
Right.
My advice is, and you can take it where you want it. What happens is, you don't want to make it so comfortable that they don't leave.
Yeah.
Okay? Because in the past, people do this stuff. Like every kid has its own bedroom, bathroom, all this junk. Well, they'll never leave. It's like an eagle, okay? You've told the story of the eagle,
Yeah,
right?
Right.
Pulls the feathers out,
Sure.
lets the thorns through, little eaglets jump out.
Right.
And when the little eaglets jump out, the mother eagle doesn't find out where they're nesting and take them food. She lets them make it.
Right.
I think you can't make it so comfortable that they don't leave.
Sure.
You got to pile them in one room. You know, you got to make them suffer.
One of the best things my dad did for me, I was just newly married and was bouncing around job to job and didn't work half the time, and so I went up to his house to borrow some money one day, and I'd got money off of him over and over and over and over, and he was tired of it, and so he got in his wallet and he said, "Johnny, I'm going to give you $20. You take this $20, you do whatever you want to do with it.
Yeah.
You can go out and buy you something to eat. You can put gas in your car, whatever you want to do." He said, "You do it." He said, "But I'm not giving you another $1."
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, he actually cussed.
Yeah.
And I got in the car and I cried. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I cried. And but that next day, I got out and got me a job, and I've been working ever since. So that was the best thing he ever done for me. I knew at that point that, you know, my free ride was over.
Yeah.
And I had to stand on my own 2 feet. And he made me a man.
Yeah. Me and my dad got in a big argument. We used to argue sometimes because I was express how much smarter I was than he was. And so one night I left one night. I said, "I'm moving out. Tired of this stuff." Because I moved into one of his places and I had to pay him rent after that. And my mom used to say, "Now, the day you don't pay your rent, you have to come back home." So I went to work. I mean, you know, but I mean, there's things you have to do with your children and stuff to make them grow up. And I believe there's people in life. You know, I know there's people out there that we can help, John, that we're not helping.
Sure.
By helping.
Right.
You know, sometimes we have to let them, you know.
Yeah.
That's a hard pill to swallow.
It is, especially for a pastor.
Yeah.
There's so many needs, and, you know, yeah.
And sometimes you got, biggest thing, people, you got to be honest sometimes and tell them the truth.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not a popular thing because not everybody can take the truth.
Right.
You know.
And you just can't, we can't, you're just not able to do things sometimes. I mean, as a pastor, I get a lot of requests for people that need help, and we're just not able to do it. There's just not enough money there to help.
Well, what about,
we'd like.
Okay, the hard thing to do, I had a gentleman come to me, I used to help him a lot. Help him with his rent and his house payment. Well, he made him a payment on the house he was living in. But one time he come to me and God said no. So he come to me and asked me, he said, I need to get this. He told me how much money. It's like $400. He said, "I got to make my house payment. I need to make, can you help me with it?" I said, I said, "I can't do it." He said, "Well, I understand if you don't have it." I said, "No, I have it. I've got the money, but I can't give it to you."
Right.
Well, all of a sudden then I become a rascal.
Yeah.
Okay? I preached on it. It's called offended to reality.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes